So, fire escape continuation. We've already spoken in length that any connection that's in good order stays if we're going to go to a load test, but it needs to be sealed, cleansed and sealed of any surface rust, and the treads also. This is the 6th floor to the 5th, and we're going to focus on the 5th floor and the stair going down, and then we'll stop. And again, some of these treads, if they have a heavy accumulation of rust, you gotta clean out the whole tread. You gotta pull it out. Otherwise, if you get in there and you start digging, and they're in good order, which a lot of them seem to be as far as tightness, but this rust is getting in there. So if we verify that the connection is good and you want to pop a 1/2-inch bolt between the two, you're basically putting a belt on suspenders. But again, you got to clean that 100% out, and then you got to seal it, and then you got to put a bevel on it so the water never accumulates there anymore. Okay? So this is number 5. Number 5, we have good cement there, good cement there. We have the railings here. They're all pretty much all the floors are going to have railing problems. So all the railings on this floor has got to be popped out. Going through the cement, going through the grading. We gotta clean this area out right here because it's got rust in it. Cement doesn't look so bad. And let's talk about the supports. Those look tight. You got to clean them though. If it shows rust, you got to clean up. But there's a lot of peeling paint there. You got to always check the corners, verify the corners, similar to what I'm showing you right up there. You know, there's an angle clip up there. Okay, so as I'm showing you from below, showing you the 6th floor, you can see some of the 6th floor. You're going to have some cement issues up there, bad caulking. Some cementing over there, some minor cementing over here. They already repatched this one, as you can see. Okay, looking up now before I look down. Okay, that one needs some work on this fire escape. See the rust build up here? That one needs some work. So a lot of them are just going to need their attention to basically get them buttoned up. So 100% of them are going to get buttoned up. On average, 1 or 2 a floor is going to need some major reconstruction activity, cement-wise. So I don't see that on the 6th floor too much. I see a lot of it just needing some attention. Same thing here on all this floor. This is floor number 5. We're going to need attention on this. Railings are all going to come out and then get reattached because they're creating a sandwich. On the treads, I see a few of these treads. Probably 25% of these treads are going to come out completely and get rebolted. But the remaining ones, you're going to be able to just clean them and then put in a backup bolt in between the two, or if it's faster, just take out the 2 bolts, put in brand new bolts. You got to always silicone though, in order to get the 10. I'm just going to walk down this to represent number 5, down to the bottom, look at some supports, look at some angles, but everything looks tight on this floor. And again, once you've cleaned that and you spot primed and you sealed it, if we're going to go for the load test, it's just the verification that there's no rust internally. But if we're going to change, if we're going to load test, then you can either change those 2 rivets out or put in a 5/8 between the 2, and you've avoided the load test requirement. So going down, number 5's staircase, same thing, heavier buildup of rust. So some of these you're going to find that you're probably going to need to take some of these, but it looks like at least 25, possibly 50% of these treads are going to come out from number 5, simply because you can see evidence of growth. So maybe it's going to get worse as I keep going down. So let's talk about the cement. Looks like these are just going to need their attention to make sure that they get resealed back into the building after they've been checked for any spalling, but there's no major ones down here. As you can see, the rivets on these are pretty good. If we want, as soon as we back these up, back it up there, we back it up there, and we back it up there, we avoid the load test. And don't forget, there's always an angle clip that needs to be dealt with. But this is the 5th floor down to the 4th. And again, this is a hook. This is original to the fire escape. So number 5, and it's cement. And once we seal, we got to make sure that all these brackets get sealed all around so we don't get this stain that we're getting here. Okay, same thing on that side. Okay, and we need to verify every one of these connections into the building. And this has that channel that goes across the front, the channel that goes across. We got to make sure all the corners are verifiable to prepare and spot repair to go into a load test. I'll change the connections out anyway if we're going out for the load test, if we're avoiding the load test. Okay, no major cement on this one. This is floor number 5, staircase to number 4. engineers there, number 4. Starting from this side. Again, cement looks in good order. We just got to basically, once we've cleansed everything out, we got to seal it so that water's not getting back into any of this broken cement. Got to change out this angle here because it's all rotted. Got to seal any bracket to the back. There's no major bulge happening on this angle, but again, put a bolt or verify it. Verify it or change the bolts. Railings, 100% of these railings on number 4 have to come out no matter what. The gratings, it looks like it's in good order. And the connections on the stringer going down looks like they're in good order. Again, because the rail's coming out, we're not going to have to worry about any of these bolts. It's going to get new bolts. Make sure we sandwich this. There's no cement problem there. Let's look at the cement. Some cement problems there. It's probably the worst. You got to see. Once you clean this up, you got to seal it so that that water doesn't get behind. Touch-up cement on this. So a lot of this is just the touch-up cement. Looks like that one's going to need some work. So a couple of this one and that one over there is probably going to need some work on the fire escape. But again, nothing, no major blowout that we can see as of yet on number 4. Okay, number 4. So we're going to go down number 4, going down the stairs and get an assessment on the stairs. Stringer clips look good. So if they're good, clean them out. And any even connections like in back here, just seal this all up so water doesn't get in there. Debris, dirt doesn't get in there. These treads are starting to get heavy on the left side, so it looks like most likely with that much corrosion growing in there that we're gonna have to change all the bolts on this one. So yeah, this one's got heavier corrosion. 100% of all these treads from number 4 down to number 3 change 100%, so no reinforcement. This one's got to be 100% done down to number 3 on this fire escape. Looking at its cement from down below, touch up again, seal these brackets so that it doesn't get these huge water stains. Okay, cement, touch up cement. Once the cement is touched up, you got to seal it, so it's cleaning it, then sealing it. Okay, on number 4, look from underneath. Alrighty. And again, any bracket that you're going to verify needs to be cleaned, siliconed, and then it needs to be presented so that it can be examined. If it's going to be to avoid the load test, 100% of the bolts get changed out anyway. This is fire escape 4 down to 3. Fire escape 3 down to 2. So again, just minor cement work that needs to be done here. We got to verify into the building. All the rails are coming out because there's a sandwich going on, and so you got to clean that, rebolt it, and then we got to seal it so water doesn't get in there. This angle is typical on all floors. This angles are so bad you might have to replace a few. Okay, and then again, always seal that to the back. Let's go around here to the side. Make sure the railings. This has a double other side also, so this one is always, these are bad and that's bad, so make sure all of them are all the way up. These angles are need to be cleaned and then siliconed. This is number 3 going down to number 2. Typical, just cleaning, railing out, rebolt, and then the stringers going down to number 2. Again, these treads, you can see as they stop bulging, we got to change 100% of the bolts. Okay, get this thing ready. 100%. Don't forget, because this thing's got a lead-based primers. A lot of times you want to do you want to get rid of the chipping paint first, then get in and do your structural. Must have an EPA renovator's license to avoid any issues with lead. Okay, going down from number 3 down to number 2. Got major corrosion on the treads. So again, these treads, 100% of these treads are going to be swapped out, 100%. Okay. The rivets and all the brackets, they look pretty good, you know. So if we're going to avoid the load test, we got to swap those out anyway, and into the corners, as you can see. But if there's going to be to avoid the load test, we're swapping out everything or backing it up with a bolt, then it's just finding the right spot to basically squeeze it in there. But make sure that after every repair, you silicone shut everything and then you prime it in preparation for a visual. So 100% of 3 going to 2. All the treads are done. Let's talk about the cement on number 3. Cement on number 3, it looks like they just need some attention. I don't see any major blowout of cement, but they're all showing minor spalling, you know, and that just, once you touch it up, then you got to silicone shut it so that the water doesn't get back in there, and this here is not blown out like it is above on number 6. But as you can see, this one's starting to get blown out, so I'll show you that down from below. So 3 down to 2, that was the requirement for that one.